Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have a full day eating keto. I'm sharing with you 3 different meals, one that's super easy, one that's super convenient, and one that takes a little bit of work but is so delicious. If you guys are here for it and you want to see what I came up with, please stay tuned. We need to get out the door. This clock. It's 8:41. I've been up now since 5. I have not eaten. I'm still not really that hungry, but we have to go to the grocery store, and I don't like going grocery shopping on an empty stomach. And I was sick yesterday, so I really didn't eat much of anything. Feeling much better today, but I know I gotta get the good stuff in my body. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take me a 310 shake with me. You guys, if you guys are new here, 310 is where it's at. This is like my favorite meal replacement shake ever. But I got this big assortment box. Guys, you are going to love it. So it has some chocolate shakes in there. And then chocolate mint. I mean, what else? Vanilla. And then I'll show you the ones I've been really loving. The vanilla chai, which is freaking delicious. That one I really, really loved. And where's that salted caramel? I haven't tried the mocha yet. They have mocha, but this salted caramel one, oh my gosh, guys, so good. This one is very, very, very good. I really like to do this with like the thick, with like some almond milk and a lot of ice and eat it like a milkshake. And I even put a little Cool Whip on there because it tastes like a really good dessert. But this one is very, very good. But yeah, what I'm going to do today, though, is the vanilla chai. It's like a cold morning, but I'm going to throw it in my coffee. I got this idea from my friend Amanda over at the KETOGENIC, and she was doing it with this exact one, and I was like, look, I need to try that. So I got this, I got the variety box, but I was really excited to try this, and she's right, it's freaking good. So I'm gonna put it in a cup of coffee, but I'm gonna take it in a to-go container, but I'm gonna froth it first in my cup and then throw it in the to-go container, and it's gonna come with me shopping so I don't make any impulse buys, you know what I mean? Because that's a real thing around here. Okay, so this stuff is very good because you can see my coffee is nice and hot. Exactly what I need this morning. This vanilla chai one is really good. It's definitely very chai. Like if you like the like chai teas and stuff like that, it tastes just like this. It's so good. And even if you wanted to do it with like maybe some milk and like foam it, that would be really, really good. And ooh, that coffee's hot. What I do like about that though is it is really filling. Okay, so I'm gonna toss this in an out-to-go cup. Today we're gonna do a full day of eating. Usually when I do these 310 shakes, they tend to keep me full for a couple hours. So I have to, like I said, I have to hit a couple grocery stores. I hate to go grocery shopping on an empty stomach. Do not recommend it, guys. That will definitely get you some impulse buys, and it is not good for the budget or for the weight loss journey. You know, we're just being honest. But yeah, I have to hit a couple grocery stores, pick up some things for dinner tonight because today is a full day of eating. I got some good ideas, some good recipes. It's gonna be chilly, so we're gonna throw the oven on. We're gonna bake some chicken, do some spaghetti squash. It's gonna be really good. But if you guys were interested in going ahead and getting yourself some 310 shakes, I'll go ahead and leave it down below. You guys know I stand by them. I love them. Also, if you guys are a tea drinker like myself, I've been really loving this 310 Detox Tea. This is the jasmine mint. It is so good. I was actually drinking this all day yesterday. I'm just getting over a really bad like sinus cold, and this was really, really good and really refreshing. And I'm gonna show you their actual tea bags too. They're really good. So you can see in here, like it has all the I don't know, fresh herbs, I guess, which I really like. It's not just, and it's like a knit bag. It's not like a, you know, one of those typical like cloth bags. So you really get like all the good flavorings. This is very, very good. I really, really enjoy this. So, yeah, let's toss it in there. We'll probably have one of those later. I love this too, and it really helps with the bloat as well. And I'm a big tea drinker, so I like love this. But yeah, so if you guys wanted to get any of this stuff, down below, I'll link it down below. Very, very good. My favorite flavor so far for the 310, definitely the vanilla chai, and I really, really like the salted caramel, and I like the vanilla because you could always add to it. Those three are like my top favorites. I like the fact that I can just throw it in my coffee. Thank you, Amanda, for this idea, because it really helps with just out the go, and it acts as that meal replacement, and it tastes like you don't have to go to like the big chain coffee places and, you know, spend a fortune. Get yourself one of these, and it's so good, and it's gonna fill you up, and it's gonna be cheaper, I promise. I want to show you guys the macros really quickly on these serving packets. This is the one I just had, the vanilla chai, but they're all pretty much the same. So you're gonna go ahead, this is 90 calories, which is great if you're counting your calories, but if you're like me and you're on strict keto, which means I count my macros for keto, a total of 1 gram of fat, 5 carbs, or I'm sorry, 2 carbs, so 7 grams of total carbs, 5 of fiber, so grand total of 2 net carbs, which is awesome, and 15 grams of protein. But it does say it's sugar-free, dairy-free, soy-free, egg-free, nut-free, and gluten-free. So especially for us on keto, we got to watch that sugar, which I really appreciate because a lot of these shakes do have a lot of sugar in them. Dairy, because I know a lot of people are sensitive to dairy, and then especially if you have any special allergies to soy, eggs, nuts, or gluten, this is for you, my friends. But another thing too that I seen when I got this box, highly recommend this box if you guys are, you know, like me and just like an assortment of stuff, because it has the vanilla chai, the mocha, the salted caramel, which is bomb, chocolate vanilla, and I think like chocolate mint. There's a little bit of something in here for everyone, and I enjoy it because like my dad comes over and he'll have a shake, and he likes that he gets to choose his flavor, you know. But when I was reading this, I was like, this is a really good point that I don't think people really know. It says each shake contains 15 grams of triplex protein blend, 5 grams of dietary fiber, a superfood green blend with probiotics for digestive health, which I think is super important because I have GI issues, and being on keto, sometimes it, you know, it happens, and you know, we need this in our lives. We need probiotics for digestive health, and the superfoods, look, we just trying to live our best healthy life. So, all right, yeah, I'm off to the store. I just wanted to point that out to you guys because I know a lot of you will be interested. If you guys wanted the extra fat to go with your shakes, on my coffee bar, you guys will see I always have this because I use this almost every day, depending. But this is the 310 MCT oil. You can throw this in your tea or in your coffee or whatever you do in your shakes, and it'll give you that extra fat. It's super clean, and it has about 15 grams of fat in there. So that's for 1 tablespoon. But yeah, if you guys like to do like the bulletproof coffee, this is a really good option as well. But all right, guys, off to the store I go. So the Bears are playing in London. So Leo bought the girls some chicken wings. So that's what they're gonna have for lunch. But I got this 8-piece grilled chicken. So I'm gonna make me like grilled, well anyways, it's 8-piece grilled chicken. It's chicken breasts, drumsticks, thighs, and wings. And I'm going to make myself a like buffalo chicken salad. So that's what's gonna be for our first meal. Like I said, I was not feeling good, so I really did not eat it all yesterday. And let's see, it's about, wow, it's over, it's after 11. So I'm gonna go ahead, I had that shake and that filled me up for a while, but I'm gonna go ahead and have myself something to eat before. We're gonna have a good dinner. We're gonna have chicken again for dinner, so we're gonna be a lot of chicken tonight, but we're doing some baked chicken with some spaghetti squash and homemade Alfredo sauce. So I really wanted a light lunch, and yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this. Okay, so here is my salad. I have about 2 cups of the romaine lettuce, 30 grams of the ranch dressing, and 5.5 ounces of that chicken, the rotisserie chicken. And then I just added some buffalo sauce to give it a little kick. But yeah, really light and very, very good. And it's like, you know, got a little spice, a little kick to it. So I will show you my macros at the end of the day, but here we go. This is lunch. We're gonna start on our dinner. So right here I have 2, 4, 6, 8 chicken thighs. I have my oven preheated to about 400 degrees. So here we go. They are patted dry. And what we're going to do is just going to season them. If you guys have been here a while, you've seen me make this before, but we haven't had it in a while. So we're gonna season them with a little oregano. We're just gonna go ahead and sprinkle it on top. Give everything a nice little coat here. If you have fresh, it would be better, but this is what we have. We're gonna cook this chicken low and slow. So we're gonna cook it for about an hour. We have some Italian seasoning. We're gonna go ahead and give that a nice coat. I like to cook it like this, like on a low temperature for a long time, because it makes the skin really crispy. We're gonna top it with a little bit of parsley. A little bit of garlic here, you guys can see. Got some garlic powder. Garlic is good, keeps the vampires away, keeps you young. Lastly, a little bit of salt. This is just some sea salt here in our throwback old school Tupperware container. And then a little bit of black pepper. Lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this Irish butter. This is like the Aldi version of just some Irish butter, you know, it's like a cheaper version, but it's good. I'm gonna take a couple little pallets, little pads of it, and just put it on the top, cut some little chunks off. Just so it keeps the chicken skin really juicy, and it helps it give it a nice crust as well. So just some little slices, as you can see. These are about as thick as they go. And I just put a little piece on each one of them. So here is our chicken, nice and seasoned, covered with little pads of butter, ready to go into the oven. As I said, I preheated it to 400 degrees. We're gonna bake it for about an hour, okay? Here we go. So we have I went ahead and cut these are just some spaghetti squash. I cut them and then took all the seeds out, and then I have them on this foil lined baking dish. I'm going to just go ahead and coat them, and I'm gonna also toss these into the oven so they can cook. They usually take, you know, about 45 minutes or so to cook with, you know, because they're pretty hard. They're like a squash. So here's how I do it, okay? I can go ahead, I cut everything out, I take all the seeds out. I'm gonna take some extra virgin olive oil, and I'm just going to drizzle a little bit into each one of these little things, okay? Just like that. And now I have like one of these little like brushes that you use for, you know, like barbecue sauce and stuff. And I just make sure everything is really nice and coated, so it gets a really nice crust and it gives it a really nice flavor, because we're gonna do a Parmesan type sauce, like Alfredo Parmesan type sauce to go with these. And I wanted to have a real warm, like tasty feel to the spaghetti squash. If you were gonna have guests and they don't particularly care for it, like my brother-in-law does not like spaghetti squash, but he loves the chicken and this the homemade Alfredo sauce, then I just put on a separate pot of pasta. So I'm gonna take a little bit of garlic, season that, just give it a nice sprinkle here, because you can't have Italian without garlic, right? Okay. Italian seasoning, very similar to the stuff we just put on the chicken. A little salt and a little black pepper. The trick though to cooking these is you're going to face them down. So we have them, and then we're going to just flip them around. Something like that. And that's it. And in the oven they will go. I'm gonna start on the sauce for the spaghetti squash. And what I'm gonna take is a half a brick of cream cheese, if I can get it out of this dang container. Turn it on the oven. I'm gonna take a half a brick of cream cheese and about 3 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna drop these into this pot here. We're gonna use some organic half and half for our sauce. If you had like heavy cream, that would work too. We're gonna do about 2 cups. All right, so to recap, we have a half a brick of cream cheese, 3 tablespoons of butter, and 2 cups of half and half. If you had heavy cream, you can do that. It'll be a little bit thicker. We're gonna let this all simmer and everything melt, and we're gonna stir it together, and then we'll come back. But we have about 24 minutes left on our spaghetti squash and our chicken. We can check on it and see how it looks. So it's looking good. Everything is cooking nicely. We'll leave that in there and then we'll be back. All right, this has been on the stove now for, I don't know, maybe about 8-10 minutes on low. And I'm just kind of stirring it up with this little whisk here. That goes to my hand blender, but that don't matter. So I just wanted to make sure all the cream cheese had melted. All the butter had melted. So if you guys are going to go ahead and you're like me and you count everything you eat, if you're on strict keto, you're gonna go ahead and jump into your recipe builder and you're gonna build a recipe for this. So I went ahead and added everything into my builder and then put it for 6 portions. So enough for each one of my family members and then one for Leo to take for work tomorrow. Okay? So everything now is mixed in there. I'm gonna take some garlic. Just give it a nice coating of garlic, okay? Some parsley. I've been digging parsley lately. I don't know what my issue is. Okay. Give that a nice little coat. And some oregano, okay? These are my heavy hitters. And a little salt. And a little pepper. A little salt and pepper. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty man. You can see it's starting to boil. Once it starts to boil, it will thicken. So we're gonna mix. I love making these like feel-good meals for my family. All right, so our last ingredient is going to be some Parmesan cheese. This is the fancy shredded Aldi version of Parmesan cheese. We're gonna add 1 cup. And this is gonna make it real cheesy. And you're just gonna keep stirring. We're gonna want everything to get nice and ooh, honey. Okay, so they were in there for about 50 minutes. We're gonna flip them around, see what they look like. So you can see this one looks real good. It has a nice crisp edge on there. There's that one. So what I like to do is I will flip them around and I'm gonna let them cool off a little bit because you don't wanna like kind of dig into them real quick when they're this hot because they'll get kind of mushy. So you can see I already shredded up this one. Nice and shredded. Looks good, right? It actually looks like a spaghetti noodle. So I know a lot of people are afraid to try it because they think it's gonna be like mushy or whatever. I don't know if you can see. So what I do is, I've showed you guys this before, but I just take my knife, or my fork, I'm sorry, and I just do like this. And I hold, because it's still hot, so you wanna make sure, you don't wanna burn yourself. And you just shred it up. Okay? Looks real good. Everything is looking real nice. Okay, my friends, I took out the chicken. Here it is, nice and toasted and yummy and ready. You can see all the butter sauce that kind of came off, and it gave it a really nice crispy top to the chicken. So I'm gonna plate this up. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna serve Leo and Rhea's. Mine presentation isn't as great because I weigh everything out, but let me show you how I'm gonna plate up theirs. So I went ahead and used the half of the squash, like the little boat, as a like holder for the spaghetti squash. And then I went ahead and put a couple spoonsful of the Alfredo sauce in there, and I mixed it with the noodles, topped it with a chicken thigh, and then a little handful of the Parmesan cheese. And honey, that is what's for dinner. Like, yes, honey, yes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, feed the fam, and then I will be back. Okay, so this is mine. That's about a cup of the spaghetti squash, one of the chicken thighs, and a serving of the sauce with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. So I don't get the cool serving things, but that's what mine looks like. All right, my friends, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. Dinner was so good. That sauce was perfect. Chicken came out good. Everything was very, very good. Very, very filling. That is a very heavy meal, just so you know. But yeah, that's about it. So I want to go ahead. I'm going to share with you guys my macros for the day. I came in a little bit under, but nonetheless, it was pretty good. I'm not too worried. But make sure if you guys are interested in checking out 310, if you want the teas or the shakes, I really, really recommend the vanilla chai and the salted caramel. Both of those very, very good. And the teas are really great too. I'll link everything down below. You guys can go ahead and get your hands on some. But let me show you my phone and we'll show you how we are wrapping up our macros for the day. Okay, so if you guys are new here, I do use the Carb Manager app. I track my macros with this, and I use the free version. I get that question a lot. So, all right, so grand total, carbs are a little high, but still under 16 grams of net carbs. And then we have 89 grams of fat and 108 grams of protein. So very good. I made the recipe. I told you guys, just go ahead and use your recipe builder. You just go up here, and then it'll say new, and then you can build a recipe. That's how I do it every time. So I got the serving of cream sauce. I didn't even have 2 chicken thighs. I only had 1. Spaghetti squash I had 1 cup. The 5½ ounces of rotisserie chicken, the ranch sauce, the lettuce. I had 2 cups of that, and then the 310 shake. It says chocolate, but it was the vanilla chai. So that's it. That's my full day of eating in a nutshell. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna close this video out. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are new here, hey, what's up? My name is Danielle, and I would love for you to stick around and join the crew. We do this keto thing a few times a week, and we touch on everything that is anything in your everyday life. It's a good place to be. We're all friends here, so I would love for you to stick around and subscribe. And yeah, that's about it. But anyways, I will see you on the next one. Take it easy, friends.